It took me 30 years to realize this, and I will tell you for free. You cannot change your life if you're always obsessed with being liked. If that's you, that's probably why you're stuck in a job that you don't even like, why you're stuck in friendships that you should have exited years ago, and why you are still carrying habits and a body that you don't even feel good in, just so everyone else is comfortable. What do nice girls get? Nothing.
No one ever knows where we're heading, where the story goes. You just gotta own on to your path. What feels right in your heart and your soul.
You cannot build your dream body, your dream life, or even the business of your dreams if you're stuck being the nice girl. I get it. I'm a nice girl. But my current side quest is villainizing myself, because I want to hit every single one of my goals and then bringing you along with me, whatever it takes, honey. I asked myself, Bemi, what if I wasn't so nice? I mean, not that I'm that nice to start with, but really and truly, what if I stopped? And when I say stop, I mean really stop performing. What if I stopped diluting myself and just say, fuck it, I'm going to be 100% myself every single time? Do you know what happened? Yeah, the side effect is wild. You actually get what you want. You actually get what you want. Repeat after me. You actually get what you want. The only people you lose is the people who accepted the half version of you, and you actually start building the life you dreamed about, not the one that you were told to settle for. And you know who wins? You. Yes, you. Every single time. Because now you've learned boundaries and you choose yourself first. The second you stop performing and playing that role, you instantly become the villain in someone else's story, and maybe that's who you need to be. Listen, I get it. Nobody wants to be the bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy. I want to be the nice guy. I want to be the cool girl. I want to be the down for everything type of girl. If you're into astrology, I'm actually a Libra sun, so my entire personality is all about balance, keeping the peace, and making sure everyone else is fine. But do you know what performing like that all the time did to me? It kept me stuck. It kept me stuck in relationships that I should have exited years ago. And stuck saying yes when I really didn't want to. If that's you too, that's probably why you're stuck in a job that you don't even like, why you're stuck in friendships that you should have exited years ago, and why you are still carrying habits and a body that you don't even feel good in, just so everyone else is comfortable. You might be going out every weekend because you don't want to be the boring girl. You might be overeating at parties because you don't want people to think that, she's dieting, or you don't want people to feel awkward about like being firm with your choices around food. This happens so often in African homes. I'm a fitness and nutrition coach working primarily with African women in Africa and also in diaspora. And this is something that just comes up all of the time. People don't want to make other people uncomfortable about their food and their health choices, and they just don't do it. Imagine sacrificing your own health to make other people comfortable. Like, when you say it that way, it sounds so bizarre, but it happens every day. And maybe you just don't know how to say no. Maybe you just haven't learned in your life, whether that's being a girl, whether that's being black, being African, something has told you, or someone has told you, society, family, conditioning, that it's not okay for you to say no, that you have to say yes to be liked, to be accepted, that you're only valuable when you're of service to other people. So you just don't know how to say no. Here's the thing, saying no is like a muscle. You need to build it, because it's not easy. Yes, it's kind of like the easier thing. Saying no kind of puts you like, ooh, you don't want to ruffle any feathers, but saying no is a muscle you need to build and you need to train. Especially if you're someone with goals, especially if you're someone that wants to change your life. And on God, saying no is going to make you hotter. Nothing is more attractive as someone who knows how to choose themselves, who understands boundaries, who knows who they are, and they show up exactly as who they say they are. That shit is sexy. For someone who is so out there and confident, I really didn't realize that I have people-pleasing traits. And I think this became very apparent to me when I moved back to Lagos. And having lived independently for like over 14 years, as an adult, coming back into the society where I was raised, where the last memories I have of being here was, you know, living with my parents under their care, and coming back here, there's just so many expectations of you. There's just so much, what's the word I'm looking for? There's just so much, there's a way people expect you to be. And I'm like, but I'm not that girl. And I really found myself kind of like butting heads with the me that I was expected to be versus the me that I really am. And I think being here has been an exercise in not giving a fuck. In actually saying I don't give a fuck and living my fucklessness, right? Regardless of how uncomfortable that makes me feel sometimes, because it's not easy, especially when you're kind of going against the grain. You're doing your own shit, you're just being you, but just because of the way you are, some people are uncomfortable. So your natural instinct is to suppress who you are, is to be more acceptable, be more digestible. But where does that get you? Nowhere. What do nice girls get? Nothing. This is not a moral conundrum. This is not a moral situation. I believe in being kind to people. I believe in treating people with respect. I believe in, you know, living up to an ethical code. But nicety as we know it, you know, nobody deserves your niceness, really and truly. That is something that is subjective, and it shouldn't be a badge of honor. It's something that you choose to give where you feel is appropriate, but it should not be expected of you. And it should really not be expected at the expense of yourself. The truth is, in society, whether you do or you don't do, people will still talk. They will still have something to say. That's just how it is. So you might as well choose yourself. You might as well be you. You might as well do you. As part of my job, I see women disrespect themselves all of the time because they are scared to say no. They're scared to say no to friends who guilt trip them out of the gym because they don't want to be doing too much. They're scared to say no to family who act as if boundaries are optional. And a lot of you are scared to say no to yourself, okay? You're too nice to your goddamn self. I think we can all benefit from being stricter. Strict babes win. Whether that makes you the villain or not, my girl, you have to have some standards. Because the truth is that every yes you say to something that isn't aligned with your goal is a no you're literally saying to yourself. And when you start working on yourself, whether you're working on your health, you're working on a new business, you're just really focused on up-leveling yourself, on glowing up as they like to call it, you're going to start getting those comments. Oh, you've changed. Duh. Is that supposed to be an insult? Am I supposed to stay the same forever? Honey, let's be real. If you want the body of your dreams, you have to change. If you want the life of your dreams, you have to change. That's how you get those things. You don't get those things by being the same version of yourself that you are right now. Because if you were, you would already have those things. To get what you want, you need to change. Change is the only thing that's constant. So it's high time you learn to embrace it. Someone saying you've changed, honestly, for me, that's not a diss. It just shows that I'm evolving, I'm growing. It sounds like a good time to me. You can't eat the same way you used to. You can't move the same way you used to. You can't be the same way you used to. You definitely can't keep the same habits. You definitely cannot keep making the same excuses. And you might even not be able to keep the same people around you. But the issue is, in our culture, especially as women, prioritizing yourself is often seen as selfish. If you say no, you are wicked. If you don't show up, you are proud. And if you stop pouring into everyone else before yourself, suddenly you're the villain. Do you know what my answer to that is? Fine. I'll be the fucking villain. Somebody has to play this role. Because if it's that or choosing to betray myself, I choose to make other people uncomfortable over betraying myself. Treating yourself well, having boundaries, eating right, choosing yourself is not a bad thing. Saying no is not selfish. And baby girl, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. The hard truth is, if you don't become the villain in someone else's story, you might just become the victim in your own. So yeah, let me be real with you. I'm still very much on this no journey. up till now, there are some people that I can't really say no to. Like that, my chest will be tight. Okay, my chest will be tight. But I'm building the muscle, and I really want you to do that, because in the short time I've been practicing saying no, leaving situations that don't serve me, choosing myself even when it feels uncomfortable. Honestly, it has changed my life. And that's exactly why I'm making this video, because I haven't mastered it, but I can see how much that small thing has actually changed how I move. It's really simple. If you want a new life, you cannot keep the same habits. You might need to move across the country to change your life. You might not need to do that. You might just literally need to start saying no. Like, fuck this shit. No, 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 no. Okay. Beep. Okay, I want to give you some actionable tips on how to practicalize this. Simple, simple, simple. If you want to change your life, you have to stop saying yes to chaos. Keep that in your mind. If I want to change my life, I need to stop saying yes to chaotic situations that don't serve me and my overall agenda, vision, and view for my life. And one of the things I like to do on a weekly basis is as simple as sticking to my gym routine. So I schedule it into my calendar. If I say I'm going to the gym on Monday at 10 a.m., best believe I'm going to the gym on Monday at 10 a.m. I'm not bending that time for anyone. This time is not all of a sudden available for anyone else. That's my me time, okay? That is me saying yes to me. And really and truly, that's what boundaries look like in real life, effective time blocking. Because one of the most precious assets you ever will have is your time, because your time is your life. So think really well how you use your time, who you use that time for. Yeah, who you use that time for. Because you might be moving mountains for other people's birthdays, other people's gist sessions, other people's random emergencies, but you cannot stick to that time for yourself. The moment is your own gym time, your own meal prep time, your own nap time or rest time. Suddenly it's flexible time. Those things shouldn't be flexible time. Those things should be non-negotiable. As long as you have decided that those things are what is going to get you to your goal, you stick to them. Of course, I'm always going to use the fitness and the food examples because this is, that's what we talk about over here. But this is applicable to work, it's applicable to your business, it's applicable to your career goals, your spiritual goals. Your you time is your you time. If you're finding that you're often flexible with your time when it comes to other people's priorities, but when it comes to your own actual goals and priorities, all of a sudden, enemies doesn't want you to hear this, but all of a sudden, it's like flexible time. I mean, girl, let's collectively do better, okay? You said you'd eat clean today, you didn't. You said you walked 10,000 steps today, you ghosted. You said you'd go to the gym today, crickets. You now said you'd wake up earlier, you snoozed your alarm. Every single time you do shit like this, you're teaching yourself that your own word means nothing. How can you trust yourself? It's like you're breaking promises to yourself. As small and micro as these things are, they're really, really damaging to your self-trust. And I'll tell you for free, nothing will damage your confidence more than breaking promises to yourself. So the real work is building and learning how to have self-trust. Self-trust is one of the most powerful skills and tools any woman can have. Do you know how unstoppable, and when I say unstoppable, how freaking unstoppable you become when you learn how to be disciplined? When you learn how to shut that silly negotiating voice with yourself and you just show up and do the thing, wow, life-changing. Girl, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's terrifying, even when you're scared, the power of just doing it is as a Nike bar. It's crazy because it builds a confidence and a self-trust in yourself that is no one can ever take that shit away from you. It's sexy. So before you abandon yourself into someone else's story, remember you are the main character. You are the hero and the villain. You decide, you choose. I'm going to wrap up this video with one simple thing. I'm going to challenge you this week. Be the villain. Be the fucking villain. Say no without any explanation. Skip the event you don't want to go to. Or don't even RSVP in the first place because not showing up is rude. Block out time to work on your business and your goals and protect it. Choose to feed yourself well. Say no to that second drink. It's okay to be the boring friend. Sleep in an extra hour instead of being out all night. Log off early and rest. Sometimes the only way to become the main character in your own story is to be the villain in someone else's. So let it be. And when you start practicing that, when you lean into it, when you stop over explaining yourself and just show up as you, that's how you build self-trust. That's how you build confidence. And that's how you get what you want. That's how you build the life that you want. So if you're watching this, it's time to stop people pleasing. It's time to say no to everybody and everything that isn't contributing to your goals, even if that person is you. It's time to be the villain. It's time to be a strict babe. I help African women transform their bodies without giving up their food, culture, or identity. Link in bio on many ways to work with me. And if you've enjoyed this video and found it useful, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Are you a nice girl or are you a villain? And of course, subscribe to see my next video. I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah.